reaching heights, being salad with the words. Funky fresh, being salad, funky back, being salad, funky spice, being salad with the words. Epic nights, being salad, fixing fights, being salad, reaching heights, being salad with the words.
I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the spray, thirsty from the sea salt. Happy now, I've been playing in the park like children chasing bugs, clumping through the clover field, sing along. I've been dancing in the dew, morning as it's way, sweeping out the cellar space. Everybody, I've met a woman in the haze, I don't recall her name, but heavens, what a pretty face, beautiful. I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the spray, thirsty from the sea salt. Happy now, I've been playing in the park like children chasing birds, clumping through the clover field, sing along. I've I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the spray, bursting from the seesaw, happy now. I've been playing in the park, like children chasing birds, walking through the cornfield, sing along. I've been dancing in the dew, morning as it's way, sweeping out the sailor space. Everybody, I've met a woman in the haze, I don't recall her name, but heaven's got a pretty face, beautiful. I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the sway, soaking from the seesaw, happy now. I've been playing in the park, like children chasing birds, walking through the cornfield, sing along. I've been dancing in the dew, morning as it's way, sweeping out the sailor space. Everybody, I've met a woman in the haze, I don't recall her name, but heaven's got a pretty face, beautiful. Heaven's got a pretty face, beautiful. Pretty face, beautiful. There's a girl run away, who's got no time to play, but she never will pass up the light. She's as broke as a ghost, she makes great for the toast, and she's been before she end up a wife. The illusion of grace, like a whip made of lace, flashes faintly as far from her face. She will buy you a drink with a belch and a wink, and she'll curse when she shows you her place. The tattoo on her thigh is a fist and an eye, and she tells me the one and the same. I'm a dime, she's a switch, but her mom is a bitch, and I'm forbidden from using her name. She wants hugs, drugs, and rock and roll. 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 Met a friend from the bed, he's as straight as he can, on a whim they'll take off for the show, but she'll ruin the day if she can.
Hello, folks. Thank you for joining us on the N Quisition, a battle of wits, the game where you can try to outthink the members of the N Crowd, Philadelphia's premier comedy troupe. My name is Mike, and I'll be your quizmaster tonight. If you want to play along at home, a pen and paper might come in handy, as would a freshly caught trout and a fillet knife. Now, let's go to our scorekeeper. He's well renowned for his infinite integrity and boundless sagacity. It's Vegas the Incorruptible.
Yo, I got that integrity and sagacity for you, boy.
You've now rocked a Nick Foles jersey in 25% of the Inquisition episodes.
That's true. Well, one was for, I forget what the reason was, and today I just love Philly. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I think what you're saying has something to do about our election. People may not have heard, but there was an election this week. Were you aware, Vegas? You're pretty hip to the news, so.
Oh, yeah, a lot of good house races I was paying attention to.
Yeah. There was also a presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured we'd start off this show talking about some facts. You know how I like facts?
You love facts. That's the whole reason for this show, basically.
Exactly. So here are some facts that I dug up about voting. Okay, fact number 1. The Founding Fathers established the Electoral College in 1788 after they graduated Electoral High School.
Yeah, that's a true fact.
Facts.
Electoral High School, notably biased towards rural areas, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got bullied in Electoral High School. I got electorally bullied. All right, here is fact number 2. George Washington, named after the famous bridge, once spent his entire campaign budget on liquor that he gave out on Election Day in exchange for votes. And these big boozy gatherings are one way that historians are able to determine that this was most likely in a pre-COVID era.
Okay. I mean, as far as I recall, most of history has occurred during COVID. I barely remember the pre-COVID era, so I'm glad historians are looking into that.
Well, considering that 2020 has now lasted 1,000 years, I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is our third and final voting fact. Grover Cleveland was the only president to be elected, then lose his re-election campaign, only to be voted back into office 4 years later, making him our 22nd and 24th president. And that, believe it or not, is the only thing anyone knows about Grover Cleveland.
Well, Mike, I hope Grover Cleveland keeps that fact all to himself for all of future history.
Well, we're also going to be changing that tonight about Grover Cleveland. Vegas, do you want to tell them how?
Yeah, that's right. In tonight's show, we have a special extra way for our contestants to earn points. So we've already heard one fact about Grover Cleveland, but we've sprinkled more Grover Cleveland facts throughout this show. And our contestants will have a chance to guess how many I don't know why I can't say his name. How many Grover Cleveland facts are in tonight's show? So the person who guesses closest will earn 10 points, and the person guessing next closest will earn 5 points.
All right, now let's meet our contestants and find out how many Grover Cleveland facts they think there will be. Up first, we have Alison, everybody.
Hi, Alison.
I'm turning on my video. There we go. Figured it out.
All right. How's it going, Alison?
Good. That's Tim in the background.
Oh,
Coming
Hi,
down the
Tim.
stairs. I have AirPods in, but he just said hello.
All right. Does Tim have an opinion on how many Grover Cleveland facts will be in the show tonight?
Tim is very into presidential history, so maybe Tim, how many Grover Cleveland facts do you think will be on this show tonight? How many are there? How many? Maybe how many you know?
He's the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive
We already went
terms.
over that. Other than that.
I mean, I don't know any other
That's that. He actually, yeah, that's exactly what Mike said. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. In a moment, we are going to ask you to just write down
Presidential history,
and we'll check in at the end of the show what it is to keep everybody in suspense. But but first, I just wanted to introduce you to our audience, Allison. You are the first Emmy-nominated N Crowder on the writing staff of Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. Tell us about what works like. You just write jokes?
Yeah. I mean, first, usually it's like you write an outline that sort of feels like you're writing a really sad essay because it's about the news, and then you put jokes in it. But yeah, work has been, other than the slow, agonizing death of our democracy, like work has been good. Yeah, we've been taping the show and writing everything for the show remotely since March. But I feel like it's been going pretty well.
And now, fans of the N Crowd know that we're based in Philly. You left us when you went off to chase your fame and fortune, but you're back in Philly.
Back in Philly. Still have not caught that fame and fortune, but back in Philly.
Well, it's great to have you back making funny stuff with the N Crowd. Let's go to our next contestant is Derrick.
Derrick.
Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? I'm so happy to be here.
Derrick, in your minimalist background there.
Yeah, my house is clean, trust me. It's a really clean house, trust me.
Derrick, I think you had a very eventful 2020. A lot of people are saying that 2020 has been eventful, but for you, it's been very eventful. You not only got married, congratulations, you got a puppy.
Got a little puppy, got a little 2-year-old puppy that we still call a puppy because it's new to us. So that thing's just running around terrorizing the whole place now. Beautiful little rosy girl. Never thought I'd have a dog until I married a woman who demanded we had one. So now we're living blissfully with a dog.
That's awesome.
What do you think was the biggest change of lifestyle? Getting married or getting the dog?
Oh man, I think the dog with this quarantine stuff. I mean, we've been locked in rooms next to each other for all of those months, and that's continued. But the dog thing is it's just this constant little thing buzzing around, and you have to worry what it's doing and chewing and squirting out of its body, and yeah, that's been crazy. You like constantly have to be vigilant. I trust my wife to do certain things, I trust her to do everything on her own, but not this dog. Oh shit. I'm gonna stop talking. He asked a question comparing the two things. Sorry, so I gotta break out of that. Oh no.
No, I'm very happy to hear that your wife is more self-reliant than a puppy.
And that you let her
lock
fend
this
for
door
herself.
really quickly right now. I'm gonna lock this door right now, lest I fall into harm.
All right, well, before you do fall into harm, I want to bring on our third contestant tonight, and that is Corey, everyone.
Hey,
Corey.
what's up?
What's up, man? Rocking that Howard Hughes look.
Yeah, I looked like this before quarantine, actually, so not as exciting. But everybody wants to look like me now. Everybody wants to be a punk rock Jesus.
Corey, you're a voice actor, you're a video editor, you stream video games and funny games and shows on Twitch. You want to give your Twitch a little plug here, man?
Sure, yeah. It used to just be my name, but then I changed it to Snowman Arms. It's like a skinny arms joke. But get it?
It's a killer, man.
Yeah, man. I think it hurt my viewership, honestly. But
I like how
most
people in our age range at some point in their life changed their email address
Right.
and internet identity from Snowman Arms to their real name. But
And I was just bored with that. The online aliases were so much more fun, you know?
yeah,
The
But
only
yeah,
thing
just,
missing is like the 69 at the end.
oh yeah, XX69XXX. But yeah, just trying to do my thing, yelling and flailing. You know, that's what's been going on most of my life. So
Yelling and flailing.
yeah,
Sounds like a good, awesome channel, man.
yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. I'm happy to be
Well,
back.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back too. You're another one who went off to Hollywood.
Yes. give me a little more time, please.
Well, you're in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So, all right. Let's start off tonight with round number 1. Jack, be quick.
we are going to. Oh, I was talking and the thing was playing, but now I can talk again. Hey, listen, I'm trying my best.
Vegas, they don't know that our tech supervisor is trash talking to you right now.
I don't know if they know that or not. Hey, listen, guys, we're all here doing a quiz show on Zoom, and we have the chat function of the Zoom room. So during this game, Mike's going to be asking questions, and when the players want to answer the question, the way they're going to buzz in, as you would if you were on a TV set recorded game show, is by typing the letter N into the chat room of our Zoom call. But you got to type a capital letter N, like that N Crowd logo on Corey's t-shirt. If you type a lowercase letter N, you
Buy that merch.
2 points. And you can't type the letter N until Mike is finished reading the question, or else you lose the ability to answer. And you also can't type it when I think Mike hasn't finished reading the question, but he actually has, and we just have a different connection. It's all up to me whether I think he's done yet. So watch out.
I just tried to see if I could cheat a little bit by putting on caps lock, so I would always have a capital N, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, caps lock unacceptable.
No, it doesn't work. I tried.
It worked for me, so I'll go with that.
Holy shit.
I've sent viruses to all your computers disabling the caps lock key.
The light went off.
Should have read that fine
If you
print.
try to use it, you'll be shot in the head.
Mhm.
Vegas
That's
is a-
brought to you by Amazon Prime.
All right. Well, there are 50 possible points in this round, including 5 secret bonus points. We like to throw in those secret bonus points. All right. First question. Who was the first television couple depicted in a bed together on primetime American television? Who's the first television couple depicted in a bed together on primetime American television?
Corey, you're the first to buzz in.
Ray Romano and his wife.
Nope, that's not the answer.
All right. Well, you know.
Derrick.
Steve Allen and Jack Parr. The old,
Wow.
early
That is all.
TV.
That is also not correct.
I don't think that this is right either, but there's my N.
buzzed in?
Already fucking up, even though I was the last person to respond. I don't think this is correct either, but Lucy and Ricky from I Love Lucy.
They were not depicted in bed together and had separate beds. And kind of inspired a fad of people having separate beds in real life because they weren't allowed to show it on television.
Yeah, my
Should have had bunk
grandparents
beds.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Derek,
my
you and your
grandparents-
wife should get bunk beds.
Oh, I've already received word we're sleeping in separate beds tonight from my.
All right, well, Vegas, why don't you put us out of our misery here? What was the answer?
They were Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
What?
No way.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were yabba dabba doing it.
They had sex scenes in the Flintstones.
No, they weren't sex scenes. They were.
Oh.
Was that really a bed though, or is that like a slab of rock?
It was a bedrock.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that wordplay. All right, question number 2. In Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, E stands for energy and m stands for mass. What does C stand for?
Derrick.
Is that the speed of Colite?
Now I know not to say that.
That is the speed of Colite.
Derrick, I literally wrote the answer on here spelling speed with a C. I said Einstein was obviously using a C there. All right, I should have given a secret bonus point for that.
Oh, you missed the
Not too late.
opportunity in advance.
It's not too late.
All right. Well, let's go to question number 3 here. In which country did Cirque du Soleil originate?
Corey, you buzzed in first.
Oh, I'm not. France.
Vegas?
France is not correct,
Oh, okay.
surprisingly, given the name.
But unsurprisingly, giving the answerer.
Derrick, you buzzed in.
Canada's got some Frenchies too, right?
Canada does have some Frenchies, and Canada's the answer.
Woo!
Wow.
Found in Baie Saint Paul, Quebec, now based in Montreal. So, yeah, I was surprised by that too. Corey, I would have said France as well.
Thank you. Well, I did know that a Cirque du Soleil designer worked on the Amazing Spider-Man costume. So how about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Point. That sounds like a bonus point.
Well, if that had been the question, that would have been an amazing answer.
Amazing, Alison.
Corey, to our audience who might not know, Corey knows a thing or two about Spider-Man costume.
I do.
You want to remain that cryptic or
No. Oh. I wish I had one close, but I have multiple Spider-Man suits. That's as much as you need to know.
Oh my god.
And they look great, all right? Not just like
Usually
I have
wearing one
lots of
under
sets
his
of
shirt.
pajamas.
Yeah. They really highlight the snowman arms.
I used to work at a children's museum, and we got Corey to come down and be Spider-Man for all the kids, and that was awesome, dude.
Aww.
Yeah,
That was
you
lovely.
delighted.
That was lovely. I do remember a little girl telling me I could sit anywhere I want because I'm Spider-Man. It's like, is that like a stick joke, or is that just like I'm just that privileged? I'm like, I thank you so much.
All right, gang, here we go. Question number 4. By what name is George Herman Ruth better known?
Corey, you buzzed in.
Yeah, it's Georgie Hermy. It's just what his mom called him, you know.
Not what we were looking for.
Oh, okay. George Hermy Ruthie, is that incorrect? I didn't say the first full thing.
Anybody else? George Herman Ruth?
Derrick, you buzzed in.
I think this is Babe. Herman Walker, baseball, Babe Ruth.
That's right. Babe Pig in the City.
I feel like I would have got that if I thought about it.
Thought he meant Babe the pig. I honestly was like, wait, is this a joke answer or what?
I think that was the first book report I ever wrote in 3rd grade. on this man.
Oh,
So
really?
Knowledge goes deep and long back into my history.
Nice.
Studying him academically for quite some time now.
Man, we're totally Slumdog Millionairing you, Derrick.
Mike has written here that if you imitated Sloth from the Goonies saying Baby Ruth, you would have earned 5 secret bonus points.
Yeah.
Oh.
But here's the cool fact that I learned researching this one. So I wanted to see, I've heard conflicting things about whether the candy bar Baby Ruth is named after Babe Ruth. It turns out that the Curtis Candy Company had a shop on the same street as Wrigley Field in Chicago. And it was right at the time when Babe Ruth was getting like wildly popular in American culture. And so they changed the name of a candy bar to Baby Ruth to get all the baseball fans that would be in the neighborhood. Well, Babe Ruth got really ticked off about that because he was like, I didn't give you permission to use my name. And so they said, no, it's not named after you. It's named after the Baby Ruth, the daughter of President Grover Cleveland.
Oh.
Our second Grover Cleveland fact of the show. This is even crazier because they were totally full of shit because Grover Cleveland had not been president for 24 years when the candy bar changed its name, and his daughter Ruth had died 17 years earlier. And
Does she not deserve a candy bar?
well, you're certainly not naming a baby after a woman who died. And then just the sheer gall of this candy company. Then Babe Ruth did officially endorse a candy bar from a rival candy company. And the Curtis Candy Company sued them for copyright infringement because their real name sounded too much like the name of their candy bar. So anyway, that was my fact of doing the research for this show.
Amazing.
They couldn't
that's
possibly
why-
come up with like a more bullshit reason. Like just say it's like it's my daughter Ruth or something. Like, oh, it's after that dead kid that the president has. What?
Anyway, you guys should invest in my new brand of sneakers. They're called LeBrons, which is Canadian French for very strong.
Not at all affiliated with LeBron.
No, that's just a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
But that fact is why we're researching, or why you guys had to guess at how many Grover Cleveland facts. Because when I found my second Grover Cleveland fact after writing a joke about there not being any more Grover Cleveland facts, then I knew we had to get more Grover Cleveland facts.
So there's more than two.
Oh, I never made my guess. Should I
I'm
do that
writing that
now?
down now as well.
Oh yeah, sorry guys.
When's the cutoff?
When we check the result. Actually, no, the cutoff's right now.
Oh yeah.
Wait till the end of the game to make my guess.
Hold on. I gotta. How many was it? Yeah.
Unfortunately, Allison's roommate Tim is wrong. It wasn't just one.
That's my fiance. But
Beyonce.
Yeah,
Well, I haven't seen you in several
Just-
years.
Just my fiance. They don't live together.
I feel like I mentioned earlier, but yeah, it's funnier to refer to him as my roommate though.
I did not want to make any assumptions, and I figured if you were romantically involved, you were also roommates.
It's true.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have
That's
two
what
Derrick
cats
has a
around
roommate.
here too. Those are both my husbands.
There's
so.
Corey.
Derrick's living with his ex-girlfriend. So is Corey.
What did I do?
And their wives will be upset to
True.
hear about that.
My wife's watching the show in the living room.
Well, hi.
Sorry about Corey's ex-girlfriend living with you guys. It's a bummer.
It's true.
No, but it is true. You guys both live with your ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, it's all good. She has her own closet.
All right. Question number 5 before we get too derailed here. On which television show would you find characters named Stringer, Cheese, Bubbles, and Omar?
Corey, you buzzed in.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Good guess. Allison, you buzzed in.
I got one.
I was like so excited because I was like, yes, I finally know one, and then I forgot to press enter, so Corey still beat me. The Wire.
Don't worry, I got you.
The Wire is correct.
Fire. They had Russell, Stringer, Bell, Melvin Cheese, Wagstaff, Reginald, Bubbles Cousins, and Omar Little.
And Grover Cleveland.
All right.
Grover, dead daughter Ruth Cleveland.
That's what they say when they pull him over. It's like, dead daughter Ruth, isn't that you?
DDR, old DDR. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I just have to say that I'm sitting in front of a window that faces my street, and just people are walking by seeing me just like laughing to myself in the window like a lunatic.
Are you like ground level so they can just like look right at you?
Not quite ground level, but close, a little above.
Nice.
Definitely some people have looked directly at me and been like, what?
What hood you in these days, Allison?
I'm like on the border of Society Hill and Queen Village.
Oh, that's a great area.
That's nice.
Yeah, I expect pedestrians in that area would be very unnerved by seeing cackling crazy woman.
Yeah, they're not thrilled.
They're like, oh, my property value.
What's so damn funny today?
All right. Question number 6. Question number 6. What famous food item was invented by Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray?
Derrick, you buzzed in.
Judging by the letters in some of their names, I'm going to make a little deduction here and think that they are famously created the F&Bs, the tiny little candies that you pop in your mouth. The old F&Bs.
Wow.
Final answer.
Yeah,
Final
it's
answer.
not F&Bs. A excellent guess.
Derrick, might you know the real answer?
Maybe I'll go last name then and say M&M's.
It's M&M's.
Spaghetti.
You jerk.
I didn't know.
Sneaking in a joke answer and a real answer.
Trying to explore all bonus point territory here. I can't fucking win, okay?
And M&M's, Spielberg originally wanted to use them for E.T., but the Mars company was like, nah, it's all right, we'll pass. And so they used Reese's Pieces. Really as big at the time, and Reese's Pieces sales soared after the movie came out.
Oh.
And you know what else? Reese's Pieces are better than M&M's. That's my opinion.
So take
Watch out.
Unless we're talking peanut butter M&Ms, like the M&Ms that are filled with peanut butter. You ever had
That's
those?
just like a better Reese's Pieces.
Sounds
isn't
a
it?
lot
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
Yeah.
No, but it's
yeah.
better because there's like
It
more
is.
peanut butter and it's
There
like
is more.
soft peanut butter.
Yeah.
Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Oh, we just got raided, guys. We just got raided.
I'm making a
Raiders.
shopping list for Vegas. I'm gonna send you a new bottle of tequila and some peanut butter M&Ms and any other foods that you mention over the course
cool.
of this evening.
Yes, please. Bullion. Gold bullion.
And
Thank you for the raid, Kumahara. I think our audience just doubled as another channel brought all of their viewers into ours. And
Kumahara hails
hey,
from
guys.
Philly as well.
Yeah, I know that.
Friend
I know
of
that
the N
handle.
crowd. Yeah.
we're the N Quisition, a comedy panel quiz show run by the N crowd every other Friday night.
Well, let's give Kumahara's viewers a treat with question number 7. What is the common name for the brightest star in the sky when viewed from the northern hemisphere? What is the common name for the brightest star in the sky when viewed from the northern hemisphere?
Derrick, the first again.
Blinky. Big Blinky. Big bright stuff.
Big Blinky, not correct.
It's all the shots you don't take.
Allison, you buzzed in.
Is it Cassiopeia?
It not Cassiopeia. Was that some kind of electric keyboard?
I don't know. Is that a star? Did I make that up completely? It's
like
not me trying to make a joke. That's just me being dumb as hell.
I might.
Well, watch this.
I told you I'm going for negative points. Take them away.
And Corey, you can guess.
Well, just based on the sounds that Allison made, Mace Windu.
Not that bright star either. The sun.
What?
Fuck.
But there's a bunch of them. What's the
That's
like-
latest one?
That's like science 101. That's embarrassing for all of us.
It's the brightest because it's the closest to us.
None of you were fooled in the way I thought you would be fooled, which is I thought specifying northern hemisphere that somebody would say the North Star.
Nope.
Not as dumb as I thought.
Yeah.
No, old Blinky Blanky was the guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I dodged that bullet.
Yeah, very smart, very reasonable guess. Is Cassiopeia a constellation? Is it anything?
Allison, I don't know what Cassiopeia is.
It's definitely a Star Wars character, I swear. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Somebody in one of the chat rooms out there knows and should write it.
Yeah, if you know what Cassiopeia is, type it into the chat and we'll move on to the next question in the meantime.
All right. Question
Write
number
it down, send it to my P.O. box, and
Question number 8. Get 2 points for every chess piece you can name that can move diagonally. 2 points for every chess piece
Corey
you can move diagonally.
buzzed in first.
The bishop, the queen, and the king. And does it count when pawns take things diagonally?
Not in the way that Mike wrote the answers to the question.
Then give me a bonus point, baby.
I'll tell you, I will concede he's right there. Yeah, he's right.
Show's over, folks. Go home.
So that's 8 points for you, Corey. And Mike is adding pawn to our shared Google Doc, so historians will never know that he missed that.
And now I'm writing 2 points for Corey
All right.
because he was smarter than me.
It feels like you're thumping in my brain right now.
When the historians uncover that edit history, there's going to be just shockwaves through the whole community.
Allison, our audience member Kumohara suggests that Cassiopeia is a groovy 70s electronic album.
I hope so.
Our audience member Joe Godo much more confidently says that it's a constellation.
fuck yeah, do
Probably
it.
true.
In your
Go,
face,
Godo.
in your face, and your face, and your. I pointed to all your faces. No one can tell when I'm doing that.
Hey, I like hearing Joe Godo's back. He's a familiar name.
Yeah, Joe Godo donated to the N Crowd last time he was
Yeah.
here. And
Yes.
that should be an example for the rest of you, audience. Make a donation to the N Crowd through some links we'll put up in the chat. And what will we do with that? We'll pay for the technology that lets us put this show out onto the cloud.
All right, question number 9. For 3 points, what was Gandhi's first name? And for 10 points, what was his middle name?
Corey, you're the first to buzz in.
I'd like to only answer the middle name, Michael.
Good guess.
All right.
Derrick.
I'm going to say Mahatma for the first name, although I'm worried that might be just some title or something. And I'll say Grover for the middle name.
Oh, that's the third one, isn't it?
Creeping in here someday.
Well, you're right to be worried because Mahatma was a title of respect, meaning great souled in Sanskrit. Allison, you have the chance to answer.
Well, I was also going to say Mahatma, confidently wrong. And then for middle name, I'm going to guess trick question. He has no middle name.
Ooh, well, that would really be the kind of question we would
The kind of
give
dick
you.
move I would make. That would be the kind of dick.
Right.
How many
Dick move
points
is the
do
word
you
I was
get?
looking
Yeah. Okay, well, how many points do I get for predicting a dick move?
You didn't predict one because you just have a middle name.
Yeah, in this case, Mohandas is his first name, and Karamchand is his middle name.
Oh, see, it wasn't a constellation.
That's also the name of a groovy 70s album.
Vegas, I just also want to give you a fist bump there for taking on the pronunciation of that name. I was afraid I was going to have to do that.
Well, I see syllables and I say what I think they are.
The N Crowd, brought to you by Cultural Sensitivity.
All right, and the final question of this round, of the Jack Be Quick round.
Joe Godo just gave us $10 more.
Oh, begging works.
Joe Godo, following Joe Godo's example. Thank you.
Subscribe. You'll get icons and stuff.
Joe Godo is a Joe Godo Brodo.
Oh, it sounds like
Yeah.
you should open up a dojo called Jagodo Bo, bro.
Whoa.
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 All right, question number 10. There's a term for when a ballet dancer bends at their knees while keeping their back straight. Name the term and get 3 points, but if you demonstrate the move and name the term, you get 2 bonus points.
Corey, you were the first to buzz in.
Plie. Is that right? I'm literally just mimicking sounds I've heard from movies. I think.
Today mimicking sounds from movies is all you needed, and that is correct.
Nice. All right, I'm doing it. No, I guess do I have to demonstrate now?
You don't have to, but
Oh,
you
I'm-
have the opportunity to.
I'm gonna try to. I'll tilt the camera. Here we go.
Corey, did you ever take ballet lessons?
This is one for you.
You do have the snowman arm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
To instruct.
And if you look down, it's I'm bending forward.
Well, having just as much knowledge about ballet as you do from watching movies and cartoons,
It's
I
like if you
believe that
were
was a
to-
perfect plie.
It's like if you were to like greet a British dog, like hello.
This is gonna be 5 total points for Corey.
Right.
I'm guessing I'm the only one here who was forced to take ballet as well. I shouldn't assume, but likely only one here forced to take ballet as a child due to our society's gender roles and whatnot and so forth. And I was like, I was trying to imagine in my head. I'm like, is somebody bending backward? I could not get my head around it.
How many years did you take ballet?
Oh my God. Probably not even one. I hated it. There are a lot of things that I hated and cried about as a child, but was forced to do anyway.
But now you're a comedy writer.
That's
It all
why.
paid off.
We laugh so we don't cry.
Yeah. I am looking
sorry.
for a new therapist. If anyone out there on the stream wants to recommend a therapist.
You know any therapists in Philly? Let us know.
In the comments below.
Vegas, I want to know about the scores as they stand. How many points did everybody score in that round?
Well, Alison answered 1 question right and got 3 points. Derrick answered 4 questions right and got 12 points. And Corey answered 2 questions right, but both of them in a really big way. So he has 13 points.
Wow.
Electoral college bullshit. I just got it.
Yeah, all of Corey's questions were weighted per capita in an unbalanced way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is where that pen and paper might come in handy because this is round number 2, deep thought.
Deep thought.
All right, these N Crowders have all made their own answer cards. Contestants, can you just hold up your answer cards to the camera? Let us see them.
That's all right. They're all answer cards.
So they're going to be recording their answers on their cards, and we'll be checking what they've written later on in the show. There are 68 points possible in this round, including 25 secret bonus points.
About Grover?
I mean, they're
Oh.
secret. So
All right. Okay.
if I told you, I ruined the show for everybody.
And this is the part of the show with our real long bullshit pain in the ass questions. So everybody strap in.
Thanks for the support there, bud.
I like it.
All right. Here is the first question. I always start off this round with a question about math. N Crowders, I don't want to stereotype N Crowders, but they tend to be shit at math. However, Derrick is a math teacher.
Oh.
So I've got everything to lose here. Really disappoint myself.
The entire school board is
School
watching.
district.
I'm sending this video to your principal.
I'm sweating bullets.
All right, well, here we go. Name a prime number. Highest prime number earns 5 points, which is a prime number. Second highest prime number earns 3 points, also a prime number. Lowest prime number earns 2 points, which is the only even prime number. Not knowing what a prime number is or being able to name one, you don't get squat. And when we check your answers, you'll be able to steal someone's points. Like if they had the highest prime number, but you can show that they're mistaken and it's not prime, and then you will get the 5 points instead of them. Okay, so name the highest prime number, 5 points for the highest, 3 for the second highest, 2 for the third highest, none if you don't know what a prime number is.
Yeah, and Derrick, since you're a math teacher, you also have to give us a formula for deriving new undiscovered prime numbers.
I'll get right on that. Yep.
Seems fair.
I'll get right on that.
You got that whole blank Goodwill Hunting wall to work with. Besides,
I know. I wanted to be like working on it, like doing equations up there.
My God, I thought he was just a janitor.
I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do on that front. 2, 3, and 5. Can at least go with 5. I actually had a student in class. This is just coming back to me. My first year teaching, 10 years ago now. We talked about prime numbers, and they said, well, if it's not a prime, do you call it an optimus?
I like that
A
one.
little kid punch. It's good for a 9th grader, is it not? Showing a little interest in learning.
Yeah, but he got detention for speaking out. So
Absolutely. Totally out of line.
Oh, we hit him.
So Derrick, you said you teach 8th graders, like middle school?
I taught 9th grade my first year. Now I usually have like 11th, 12th graders. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what kind of math are they doing?
It's statistics these days. Algebra when I was doing the younger ones. Yeah.
I taught algebra for 3 years, and that's why I include math questions, because I think people should be able to know it.
And I took algebra for 3 years.
Two of those years, one from Mike and one from Derrick.
I might be just writing a few different numbers of various sizes. I'm not sure.
Have more than one answer.
What's that?
Can you have more than one answer?
Sure. Can work it out in my head a little bit.
Well, you have until the end of the show to show us your answers.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2 of number 2. This is a bit of a riddle. Okay, so think of it in terms of a riddle. And if you can solve it, you get 5 points. I am not alive, but I can grow. I have no lungs and no mouth, but I need air. I can be helpful, I can be cruel, and something as simple as water can be my undoing. What am I? So we have, I'm not alive, but I can grow. I have no lungs and no mouth, but I need air. I can be helpful, I can be cruel, and something as simple as water can be my undoing. What am I for 5 points? I know what Vegas is thinking. My mother-in-law, am I right? Right about that.
I was thinking that was the riddle you used to distract Gollum to get away from him.
Is it one? I got it off of a website. Is it one of the ones that he used?
Nah, I was thinking about Bilbo Baggins again.
I saw a great gift somebody sent me today with the whole election stuff, and it had the part from Lord of the Rings where Gandalf is like, "Look to the east, and in 3 days you will see me." And then they cut to the big battle, and Aragorn's about to be overrun, and then they look to the east, and there's Gandalf with reinforcements, except they put Gritty's face over it. And they came across, and it was like the armies were labeled like Delco, Montgomery County.
I saw
Gritty
pretty much
is
the
making
same
the
thing,
rounds.
but it was a Dragon Ball reference I won't go over.
I saw it with the Avengers.
There you go. Yeah.
See, guys,
Who else is coming?
I don't mind alienating parts of our audience.
I feel like you guys covered 3 key demographics right there.
Yeah. Very much overlap. That Venn diagram has a lot of overlap in those 3.
It's plenty easy to piss off people from Philly, you know. You don't have to go into politics.
All right. Well, question number 3, and these ones are always a little bit different. Why did Mr. Rogers always mention out loud that he was feeding his fish? The real answer will earn you 10 points. The answer Vegas the Incorruptible finds the most amusing will earn you 5 points. So you don't even have to answer correctly to get points here. That's how frivolous this goddamn show is. But yeah, so why did Mr. Rogers, he always, every time he would feed them, he'd say, just feeding my fish here. So why did he do that? The real answer will earn you 10 points, and the answer that Vegas the Incorruptible finds the most amusing will get you 5.
Oh man, the actual answer to this question, it's worth sticking around till the end for, audience.
These kind of
I'm really enticed by that.
well, that's why we check the answers at the end, because it makes people have to stick around. But I really like questions like this because it's like when I find a neat fact that people might not know, but like maybe 10% of the population would know something like this, but you can still get points for being funny with it. And it's still an interesting fact.
And that's how you do dinner parties.
Yep. Everybody has to come with some trivia to my house. If you don't know that Michael Collins was the one flying in the space pod around the moon while Armstrong and Buzz were down there, then you don't get steak. All right. Question number 4 while these guys are working away. All right, theater nerds, earn 2 points for each of the following Shakespearean characters you can match to their plays. So the characters are Iago, Ophelia, Caliban, and the 3 witches. And the plays are The Tempest, Macbeth, Hamlet, and Othello. So once again, the characters, Iago, Ophelia, Caliban, and the Three Witches. And the plays are The Tempest, Macbeth, Hamlet, and Othello. Anybody here big Shakespeare nerd?
Yeah, I've been in a bunch of those.
Yeah? Who have you played?
Not Ophelia. None of these characters.
Yeah, let's not do
I was a little hint. I was played against Caliban as Trinculo in the play that Caliban is from. You guys all know that famous character Trinculo.
I read that one first.
Like a leading part.
Love the squeaks.
I had a class in college that it was really cool. The professor let me, this is fucking liberal arts education for you. The professor let me, instead of writing a paper for one of the assignments, he let me turn a couple of scenes from Macbeth into gangster screenplay format. So I essentially was taking, like, instead of thanes and kings and stuff, they were like, you know, hitmen and mob bosses and stuff like that. And I got a B on that shit.
Oh, good job, Mike. Good job. He let me do that, and I said, "Fuck you! I'm not doing that," and he failed me.
The line is the same. They just were wearing those uniforms inexplicably, but they were saying
It was still set back in Shakespeare's time, but they just were like they had something in technology of the 1970s.
They all sounded like Joe Pesci.
All right. Here's the last question of our deep thought round.
Oh boy.
A blind guitarist had a brother who was a firefighter. For 5 points, what was the relationship of the blind guitarist to the firefighter? And here's a hint. Brother is not the answer we're looking for. So a blind guitarist had a brother who was a firefighter. For 5 points, what was the relationship of the blind guitarist to the firefighter? And brother is not the answer we're looking for. I love their little faces all thinking of stuff.
I thought a goddamn riddle. I thought there can't be more than one riddle in a round.
This is a little, it's a bit different than, I'll say this, the other riddle is a more straightforward riddle than this one is.
All right.
Look, they can't all be math questions, Derrick.
Not everything's as
Line
literal.
numbers if I don't have to answer this shit.
This one feels like a word problem, though.
Derrick, I'm sorry, not everything is as black and white as your fucking backdrop.
Yes, some of us live out in the real world with wood paneling.
And ukuleles.
Like, by the way, holy crap. So
I think I know the answer to this, but it feels like what I'm thinking feels like too easy.
Simple.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe I'm just thinking of the only other riddle that I am familiar with offhand that is similar to this riddle, in which I may have answered as the answer for the other riddle because I didn't know the answer to that one at all.
Well, we'll find out your answers at the end of the show.
No.
So hold on to those answer cards. We'll check them later on towards the end of the show. But right now, let's go to round 3, the mystery round.
Mystery round. A mystery round. What?
All right. Before we get started, Vegas, I believe you have something that you wanted to tell everyone.
Yeah, I do. says first real name, or his real first name. It isn't Grover. It's Stephen. Stephen Grover Cleveland, which makes
Wow.
this it says 4 Grover Cleveland fact episode, but I believe that was the 3rd Grover Cleveland fact.
Because one of the Grover Cleveland facts comes in the answer to one of the questions in the deep thought round. And when I wrote the questions, I didn't think that, we'll do that till the very end.
Oh, well, we'll edit that out in using a little time travel, because this is a live stream show. So a 3 Grover Cleveland fact episode. Ha 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 ha.
Even Cleveland? I can see why I didn't go with it, right?
That's solid. That's
You're
solid.
not going again presidential with that kind of
Yeah, no one wants the
fully
Stephen.
bait.
Also, Derrick, you said
Rolls.
earlier in the show that you said somebody's first or middle name was Grover, and actually Grover Cleveland's middle name is Grover. From that fact, we see that his first name was Stephen.
Did we just make another fact?
Yeah, is that 5 now? I'm lost.
I'm gonna need you to start racking up some more facts here too, based on the number I wrote down earlier.
Yeah, I as well would appreciate that.
Well,
All right. Well, this is the mystery round, which is different every episode, so the contestants will never know what they have to deal with. And this week, the mystery round is called Quick Change. The players will have 60 seconds to change their appearance. They are allowed to use anything at their disposal in their homes. I was hoping right after Halloween we might have some good things just laying around here.
That's right. So during this round, you're going to have 60 seconds to change your appearance, and I'm going to have 21 points to distribute between the contestants based on how much you change your appearance. But if you don't get back on camera before 60 seconds is up, you cannot receive any points. And I am putting 1 minute on the timer starting now, and go.
Should we turn our cameras off for this?
No, you don't have to just go.
I thought we were supposed to go.
All right,
No.
all right. Okay.
I'm going.
Go, clock's ticking.
Mike, I accidentally put 1 hour on the timer instead
Oh,
of
God.
1 minute. So
It's okay. I have a timer set up right here. Let me just get this going. Oh no.
I mean, I can deduct.
Bam.
There you
Bam.
go.
This shit is going, man. All right, now while they're gone Vegas, I just wanted to tell you that the group of reform-minded Republicans who broke ranks to support Democrat Grover Cleveland in his 1884 presidential bid were known as mugwumps. Grover Cleveland fact number 4.
Mugwumps, huh? We might have had some mugwumps this year. Now they're called the Lincoln Party.
You want to tell us a Grover Cleveland fact?
Yeah, I will tell you that he was married
Out of
to
change.
Frances Folsom. Jesus Christ.
I can't hear anything now.
Vegas, you gotta get the rallies off here, man.
Grover Cleveland was married to Frances Folsom, who was the
Okay, hold on.
youngest first lady and a genuinely terrible person. Grover Cleveland fact number 5.
Grover Cleveland was the mayor of Buffalo, number 6.
And the governor of New York, number 7. And that is a minute.
Yeah, I got that too. And governor of New York, he fought against graft by the corrupt Tammany Hall group of political bosses, which makes 8 Grover Cleveland facts.
Wow.
Right, Vegas, what do you think? Were they all back in time?
I believe you all got back in time, or got back while the timer had run out, but I was still looking at Grover Cleveland facts. And I turned my head, you were there.
Now, I kind of feel like the way we should do this is to sort of let them make the case for why they've changed their appearance the most.
Yeah, I think that is fair.
All right. Who do you want to start with here? Is there anybody who's intriguing you?
Well, Corey got back first, so
Okay. That's a good way
Okay,
to-
let me hold on a second. Oh, there you go. There we go. So I'm wearing a mask and goggles.
I couldn't tell.
and they're coming off a little bit, and I have a cape. That's pretty snazzy too. It's kind of wrapped around like a blanket. It's got a red underside. Can't beat that. Look at this weird ass hair coming out of there. That's pretty cool.
All right.
I love that. Oh,
Well, you definitely described how you changed your appearance.
you did.
Derrick, what did you do to shake things up?
Well, even though my house is very, very clean, I'm in my bedroom right now and showered deeply to try and find some random clothes lying around. And I think actually I wasn't going for anything, but now I'm looking at it. I think I actually put together a pretty good outfit for a deleted character from Tiger King. I think I got cut out of Tiger, and I put a little sock puppet on too, which I think would still fit.
Wow.
Pick me.
Somewhere in America, there is someone who owns a tiger enclosure who is dating their own sock puppet.
Alison, I see you removed your glasses.
I did, just like sometimes the best solution is just the most simple and elegant. So,
That's Alison?
when you have bad eyes, you don't have to put in any effort to change your appearance. And I think it works.
Alison going with the Clark Kent School of Disguise.
I also had like complete facial reconstruction surgery between now and 60 seconds ago. So you can't tell, completely different up here.
It came out great.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna give I'll give 4 points to Alison for taking off her glasses in a classic Clark Kent move. And I'll give 7 points to Corey, who really hid his face, but could still tell who he was with those obvious
my
snowman
name
arms.
is labeled Vegas. I know who you are too, man.
But Derrick, I like your cowboy math teacher outfit, and I really like your permanent marker mustache that
Oh shit.
you're gonna have till tomorrow at least.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone's watching The Queen's Gambit, but Derrick absolutely looks like one of the characters.
I gotta check that out.
Is
Haven't
that
gotten there
good?
yet.
It's very good. I'm only
Is
like
that-
2.5 episodes in, which is why I didn't know the answer to the chess question earlier. But
I'm 2 episodes in, but I just knew that because I'm a nerd. So
how many points do I get if I tell you I will not put my glasses back on for the rest of the show?
whoa, you hear that, audience?
I've already given away all the points with the last 8 points to Derrick, but you keep those glasses off.
You know what? Forget it. Now they're going back on.
Oh.
Oh, there
It's
you
not,
are,
it's
Alison.
not worth it.
Allison, where did you go? Somebody without glasses was here earlier.
See, this is why you should be giving the points instead of Vegas.
What?
Okay, Vegas, I guess after all those points have been distributed, we should see what the score totals are like.
Yeah, after that distribution, I think I distributed them wrong. So whatever leftover points, I'm just going to give to Allison's roommate, fiance, Tim. But after that round, Allison has 7 points in total. Derrick, you have 20. And Corey, you have also 20. Damn!
Nice.
Wait, so how many does Tim have?
He has 4, I think.
Tim,
catching
you
up.
have 4 points.
He's catching up to you, Allison.
Well, once we're married, our points legally are combined, and we have to claim our points together on our taxes. So,
Oh, unless you
That's
sign
true.
a point nuptial agreement.
good point.
Just wanted to say it.
All right, well, that amazing joke brings us to...
You're welcome.
The fart noise. He's talking about just the fart noise at the end. It was like
I've
an
perfected those.
incredible
Those are-
joke.
Well, that brings us to our final round of competition before checking those deep thought answer cards to see which one of these N Crowders will triumph and which will wither in shame. We know what you've been thinking. What is it like to have sex with the N crowd. Well, we're going to show you in round 4, sex with me.
Sex with me, 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 yeah.
I'm not comfortable with anyone on the stream picturing having sex with me, by the way.
Also,
Please don't
Vegas-
do that.
I'm really regretting this mustache right now.
Well, we're talking about metaphorical sex with you, not physical sex with you. In this game, we're just gonna get some words from the audience, and it'll be up to you to make some punny. Sex with me is like sex with the object that the audience gave to us jokes, and it'll be up to me to give you points based on how funny I think they are. It's 1 point for something that I think is technically a joke. 2 points if I really am like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha. That's a 2-pointer. And if the collection of words that you utter doesn't meet the minimum standard of joke, then you'll get none. But you can try to make as many as you can. It turns out sex with me is about volume, not quality.
How are we buzzing in? Just saying it?
Yeah, you
Yep.
just say it.
Great.
It's just like when we do it on stage, you just interrupt everybody else to get to be the first one out there.
It's like ushering people.
And from the audience, we got our first word, keyboard.
Ooh, sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. I have a lot of types.
That's one. That's a point.
Sex with me is like a keyboard full of scales.
Full of like a musical. That's a point.
Oh, okay.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. It's loudest when you bang it.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like a keyboard. Just hit Control Alt Delete if you want to stop.
That's a point if Control Alt Delete is your safe word.
Oh wait, sorry. What type of keyboard are we talking here?
That's up to you.
Your call.
Oh,
We give the freedom to the comedians here.
wow, that's amazing.
I know Samantha B might not let you pick your own keyboard joke.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. Enter with your finger.
I'm gonna give Corey 2.
Yeah.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. All black and white, no gray areas.
As a point. Sorry, Derrick's background.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. If you spill water on it, you should put it in a bag of rice. Do not try doing like a hairdryer on it. That's just gonna make it worse.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. If you can feel the F, you're close to the G.
Oh.
Does that make sense to you?
I mean,
Totally.
Little home row
Absolutely.
joke for you.
I'm gonna give you a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. It's better when it's wireless.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex like with a keyboard. I need a lot of space. A big space. There's a big space. A lot of space needed for sex.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. If your neighbors can hear it from downstairs, they're not going to be very happy.
All right, why don't we get another word here, Vegas?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
one more.
I've got 'em. No, I don't want to go for it.
Sex with me is like sex with a keyboard. You play it at Carnegie Hall by practicing. It wasn't fully formed when I was like, wait, I have one.
I want
and I
to.
did not totally have it. And then I was hoping you would move on, but you didn't. So that's what that was.
Well, I'm gonna give you a point for trying.
Aw, thanks, Vegas.
Also, because sex with me is also like being at Carnegie Hall. I see LL Bean. And I'm not totally sure what LL Bean is, but
Is that
I'll
a
give you all a
backpack?
shot to make jokes about it. I think they make outdoor wear.
They're like a clothing company for people who wish they were from Vermont.
Sex with me is like sex with LL Bean. It's waterproof. Sex with me is like sex with LL Bean. Your mom loves it. Sex with me is like sex with LL Bean. Best in a kayak.
Sex with me is like
they write
3 points
themselves.
for Allison.
sex with me is like sex with an LL Bean. Choose your sack.
Point.
Sex with me is like sex with an LL Bean. Specifically their backpacks. You can get your name embroidered on it.
Sex with me.
That's the point.
Sex with me is like LL Bean. As many clothes as possible on people's bodies still.
I just realized I've been doing the setup wrong the whole time. This is why I got kicked out of the N crowd.
Kicked out.
Thanos. Yep.
Sex with me is like sex with an LL Bean backpack. You wouldn't believe how much you can fit in there.
I'll give you a point. And I'm gonna move
Sex
on.
with me is like.
I said I'm gonna move on, Allison.
Sex with me is like LL Bean. It used to only be
Shut up
available
about
in the catalog.
All right, I'll give you a point for that.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Well,
you
Vegas,
will.
before you move on, also, I just want to say that when having sex with me, I'll flick that LL Bean.
Oh God.
Oh boy. 2 points to Allison's roommate.
What does that mean?
Reclaimed
for Tim.
furniture is the next suggestion. Yeah, that's right. Reclaimed furniture.
Sex with me is like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
well, thank
please.
you. All right, thank you. Sex with me is like sex with reclaimed furniture, stained but still functional.
Sex with me is like reclaimed furniture. You should sand it down before you repaint it.
It says
Second?
reclaimed
I
furniture.
don't understand that.
Oh wait, what?
Go ahead, Derrick.
Sex with me is like reclaimed furniture. It's a little dingy, but that's why it's cheaper.
That's the point.
Sex with me is like reclaimed furniture, full of bed bugs.
He used to be an exterminator.
I love references to bed bugs. 2
All
points
right,
for
yeah.
Allison.
Sex with me is like reclaimed furniture. Come and get it. It's sitting out on the curb.
Sex with me is like sex with reclaimed furniture. A lot of people have been on top of it.
Sex with me is like reclaimed furniture. There's a whole HGTV show about it.
Point. And we'll move on to our last.
Sex with me is like sex with is like reclaimed furniture. Sure, you think it gives off a hip vibe, but everybody knows it's just because you're broke.
Oh.
And for that joke by Mike, I'm giving 1 point to Corey's wife, Claire.
Oh,
Hi, Claire.
Nice job, Claire.
The last one we'll take tonight is the Electoral College.
Ooh, topical. I don't hear there was an election this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everybody is up on the news as Vegas and I are. But
No, my Runnymede had to vote in a new board of education.
So it's been in the news.
Sex with me is like sex with the Electoral College. You're only into it when you're on top.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like the Electoral College. I want to get to 270.
Sex with me is
Sex
like
with me.
sex with the Electoral College. I'm really just appointing a bunch of my friends. Well, that one didn't work out.
Sex with me is like the Electoral College, completely unfair.
Now that's a point.
Sex with me is like the Electoral College. It counts more in Montana than in California.
Sex with Me is like the Electoral College. There were a lot of old guys in powdered wigs involved.
Sex with Me is like the Electoral College. It's gonna take a constitutional amendment to change to stop me once I get going.
That's the point.
Well,
Sex with Me is like sex with the Electoral College. Donald Trump used to criticize it, but now he really likes it.
Sex with Me is like the Electoral College, never the same as the popular vote winner. Until this year.
Sex with Me is never the same as the popular vote winner.
Don't overthink it. It falls apart.
Just like Sex with Me.
well
I'll give you a point.
before we get a new one, I just want to say that Sex with Me is like the Electoral College, a relic of a bygone era.
Well, we can't get a new one because I said that was the last one. So
let's hear the scores.
yeah, I just gotta add them up.
All right. While Vegas adds them up, did any have long lines at the voting booths this week? No. Did anybody vote in person this week? I mailed mine in.
Mailed mine in.
Same. I dropped mine off a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I dropped mine off in California before I moved because I could not register in Pennsylvania. It was
You
too
voted
recently.
in California instead of Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, because no, it's not fucking voter fraud. Yes, I was living in Los Angeles up until 2 weeks before the election. I looked into if I could register in Pennsylvania, and I wanted to because it's a swing state.
Yeah, I see.
And the you have to be a resident for 30 days ahead of the deadline for registration. And that did not apply to me. So I was like,
Well, you
I'll
were
just
a resident 30 days before the deadline. You should have let them know that. It just was several years and 30 days.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. There we go.
I used to live here.
That would have been voter fraud. If I wanted to commit voter fraud, I would have had at least like somewhat of a credible excuse. So thank you, Corey.
Now
I
we
will
know
remember
how to
that
do
for
that.
next time.
Well, I hope you at least got to vote for Uber and Lyft to not pay their employees well.
Doesn't matter anyway.
I voted no on Prop 22, and they won.
Too late.
They
I
won.
voted to legalize weed in New Jersey, and they did
Good
it.
for you, Vegas.
And they did it.
because you told them to. Yeah.
I mean, I was the only voter this year. Corey, you got 9 points that round, bringing your total to 29. Derrick, you got 9 points that round, bringing your total to also 29. And Alison, you got 17 points that round, bringing your total up to 24.
We got ourselves a game here, folks.
We got
Finally.
ourselves a game. And of course, 1 point for Corey's wife, Claire, and 6 points for Allison's fiance, Tim.
Oh, he's up to 6. That's great.
Is she watching, Derrick?
Huh?
Is she watching?
I think so.
1,000 points for Kara.
On the way.
How many points for Derrick's Sharpie mustache?
Oh, well, he got
You want to purchase it?
2 of his 8 points in the previous round for that Sharpie mustache.
I'm saying he deserves more, I think, but fine.
Well, he did deserve more, but I did the math wrong in adding up to 21.
I'm impressed that you're lobbying for your opponents to get points, though.
You know what?
He just believes in a fair process.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's how you play the game, and I play the game by asking that points be given to everyone else but myself. Not a winning strategy, but that's what I'm doing.
You have, like, during the show and before, lobbied to be the first contestant to get negative points on here.
That's true.
Well, you said
That's
you
true.
made a point of saying it's not mean. We don't take points away from people. And I was like, take points away. Let's see what happens.
Hurt me.
I am willing to admit that sometimes things I say are just so incredibly not funny that they deserve to be penalized. So
Well.
they take $1 out of my salary every week at Sam B for every bad joke I pitch. So just same rules here.
Well, that kind of attitude is why I think you should really work on getting that therapist you were talking about.
It won't help, I guess, but thank you.
All right. Well, all that's left is to go over the contestants' deep thought answer cards, and this really is anybody's game right now, with all the points up at stake in deep thought. So let's check those answers.
Let's check those answers.
Another little video here.
We're back. And here's the thing, all writing utensils must now be out of your hands. That's right, no more time to guess how many Grover Cleveland facts we're gonna say. If you guys in the chat room see them writing anything and cheating, then call them out. Corey, you're writing things right now. Stop it.
No, I was trying to find my one guess of the number. I skipped a couple pages.
Your hand was moving in a
No, I swear. The
writing
pens are
like
here.
fashion.
The pens are here, man. The pens are here.
You know, I've been on a lot of Zoom calls lately, and my cat sits on my lap while I'm on camera, and I'm often idly patting my cat, and my arm is moving like this, and I think it might look very unusual to people who...
Yeah, post-tubing, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Post-tubing.
Pre-tubing, you shouldn't have been doing it either, but...
Well, anyway, Mike's going to repeat all the questions from the deep thought round. You'll hold up your answer keys, and we'll go through each of you. You'll reveal what your answers were, and we'll find out if you answered the questions correctly.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get everybody's answers and then say whether you were right or wrong. So the first question was, name a prime number. Highest prime number earns 5 points. Second highest prime number earns 3 points. Lowest prime number earns 2 points. If you don't know what a prime number is or aren't able to name one, you don't get any points. And this is the point where I think now we should go back to the keyboard buzz-in system. If somebody gives an answer and you can show that that actually no, that's not a prime number that they're holding up, then you can steal their points from them. So first, let's get everybody's answers. We start with contestant number 1. Allison, what is your prime number? 101 Dalmatians. It's also my address growing up. 101.
101 Dalmatians with your address?
Well, we had an address. We had an address sign that looked very much like the one Dalmatians logo.
That's lovely and nostalgic.
Yeah. Thanks, Corey.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Thank you.
Question number 2 is to Derrick. Or contestant number 2 is Derrick.
I was scared to go above 100, so I said 97.
He's got nice handwriting.
101. 101 sounds good.
Yeah, so
That's
currently
right rules, baby.
we've got Allison in the lead, Derrick with the second highest. Corey, what did you get?
I just wrote a big number. It was can you see it? It's 411.
411.
Is that
Buzz.
I'm not very good at it.
Buzz.
All right.
Derrick is buzzing.
Can I buzz?
Don't buzz me, math man.
He just buzzed.
I'm gonna make a giant ass of myself if this is wrong. But I thought there was a rule that if the digits add up to a multiple of 3, this is a comedy show, everybody.
Nice.
A multiple of 3, it's a multiple of 3. So I'm gonna say that 3 could go into that, not knowing exactly how many times.
And he calls it the aristocrats.
Waka waka waka.
Are you gonna listen to
Derrick,
the math teacher here? I don't think so.
As a math teacher, you are correct, and 411 is divisible by 3.
Oh, my kids are going to be so
I didn't know that rule.
inspired Monday morning when I come and tell them these tales of math in the real world. It's going to be a really engaging discussion. I can just
You should just play this whole stream, replay this whole stream for them instead of teaching on Monday.
You should bring the mustache into class and see who
Yeah.
notices.
It'll probably still be there no matter how hard you scream. So.
I was really
Might as well
impressed with
just-
that.
Just
Did he
own
pull
it.
out
This is-
eyeliner or was that the Sharpie? Like,
I don't know. Can I drive?
So, based on the way the rules work, Corey, you had the highest number, but your number was not a prime number, and Derrick stole it from you by describing why it was not a prime number. So he gets the 5 points for highest number. Derrick also gets the 2 points for lowest number because 97 is also a prime number. So you get 7 points for that question total. And Alison, 101, the middle of the 3 numbers is also a prime number. So you get 3 points for that.
Wait, so your highest number counts even though it's wrong?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'm starting to judge the wisdom of whoever came up with this cockamamie horse shit right here.
Hey, look, I
I
didn't
think
invent.
Allison might also deserve 5 points.
I
It's
didn't
totally fine
invent
if you
the
wanna skip the
electoral
question altogether,
college. I just
guys, you know.
enforce its rules.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't even guess a number. I guessed a bunch of animals. So technically I didn't.
I'll give.
I'm like the executive branch, and you're sort of the legislative or some shit, maybe the judicial branch or something. I don't know, but
I'm the Ruth Bader Ginsburg of this show. I agree.
Yes, you're one member of the Supreme Court who is now deceased. That
Yes.
sounds about right.
That's what
But you're also wearing a Nick Foles jersey, which I think grants you a bit of authority and weight here, sort of gravitas. So I will go by your ruling, but I have to say I do think that my scoring system was off and that Alison does deserve 5 points for getting the highest prime number. Because she did get the highest prime number.
No, now it's time to find out. Do I believe in interpretation of the law
Oh no.
or literalism of the law?
Legislate from the bench. You can't legislate from the bench.
Vegas is an improv originalist.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh,
I just want to say that if you can't give me the points, I will understand, but you will never work in this fucking town again.
yeah, I'm sorry, Allison. You had the best answer of all 3 of them, and you still don't get the most points. You can change your name to Hillary Clinton.
Aw,
Good night.
Even after the threat, even after the.
Damn.
I wasn't
Why you
working in this town anyway.
Because I'm a dead Supreme Court justice.
Now I'm gonna go hang out with my
Right.
friend Mahatma Gandhi. I know that's not his first name. That's just what he likes to be called.
Well, I would like to tell our viewers that a prime number is a number whose factors are 1 and itself. So like 11 is only 1 and 11. Those are the only numbers it's divisible by. This is the opposite of a composite number, however, which has multiples. However, Grover Cleveland's vice president during his first term was Adlai Stevenson. And so I think that brings us up to 10 Grover Cleveland.
Wow. Beautiful segue there.
Yeah, that was pretty
Really
seamless.
everywhere when you think about it.
I'm gonna say that's 10 Grover Cleveland facts. I'm not sure if that's correct either.
Ooh.
But whatever, we're legislating from the bench, baby.
I'll say this. I think it's the last Grover Cleveland fact of the show. And there's 10 Grover Cleveland facts in the show. That's why I said it was 10. But anyway.
Yeah, has anyone actually been counting?
Yep.
Because you're the real winner tonight, if you have been.
All right. Question number 2 was a bit of a riddle for 5 points. And it was, I'm not alive, but I can grow. I have no lungs and no mouth, but I need air. I can be helpful. I can be cruel. And something as simple as water can be my undoing. What am I? And we're going to contestant number 2 for the first answer on this one. Derrick, what do you got?
I said virus. You put me in like high school math mode with the first question. Then this like felt like high school science, like a virus is alive. You wash your hands, all that shit you learn about why a virus is not alive and stuff.
All right.
Virus.
Corey, what did you get for this one?
I wrote fire.
All right. And Allison?
I wrote his mother is the doctor and or a block of ice. The answers to 2 other riddles, because I did not know this one.
You're like,
It was Colonel Mustard with the candlestick.
Oh, well, the answer we were looking for was fire. Corey is correct.
Yay.
Fire can grow. Fire needs air. Fire can be helpful, but fire can be cruel, and fire can be undone by water.
I
And
almost said
fire is
hair.
the coolest member of the Captain Planet Planeteers.
I almost said hair. That was my first choice.
Water
Ruined by
can be
water,
hair
you know.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's just
But does Allison still somehow get the most points with whatever fucking scoring system?
This, I mean, I believe I did write the highest prime number this time. So
she did write the most words.
Stole it.
all right. Question number 3, before the controversy gets too hot around here.
Oh, yeah.
Why did Mr. Rogers always mention out loud that he was feeding his fish? The real answer will earn 10 points, but the answer that Vegas, the Incorruptible, finds the most amusing gets you 5 points. So this time we're going to go to contestant number 3. Corey, what did you get for this one?
Okay, bear with me here, okay? Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. He was faking a drinking problem to appear more relatable, but he was actually just feeding the fish. And I did write all that. You can read it. There you go. Sleight of hand, all caps. He was a magician when he was younger.
Problem.
Alison, what do you think? Why was Mr. Rogers saying
okay,
this?
so I guessed a real answer and I guessed a fake answer. For the real answer, I said he didn't want kids to worry the fish was dead. Like maybe the first episode he mentioned a fish and then it was like, oh fuck, I gotta mention this fish somehow all the time now. And for the fake answer, I said feeding his fish was actually just a euphemism for J&O. So J&O.
Oh, J&O. Gotcha.
An orange.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Derrick, what did you come up for?
I thought he did it for a blind kid. But I don't know. Alison sounds right too. I don't know. And then my fake one was to wake up the narcoleptic puppeteer who controlled the fish.
So your handwriting should be a font, man. I like that.
Better than squeaking, but look at the results, huh?
Very uniform, yeah.
Derrick, you're right about the right answer, but it sounds so much less heartwarming when it's written down that way. It's
for concision, you know.
A blind kid asked him to do it because he wanted to make sure the fish would be okay. And Mr. Rogers, super compassionate. Then
That's not how I wrote it, Vegas. I didn't.
Oh, so he would actually feed the fish and then he would say it out loud too. Is that the idea?
Yeah. But it's not because he was super compassionate. It was because he was
compassionate as fuck.
Yes.
Oh, AF after doesn't mean super before.
And 5 points to Allison for her jerking off answer.
Yeah. Jano.
Yeah, J&O.
Right.
Yeah. AF, J&O, just lots of letters tonight.
Mm-hmm. Playing with his hand puppets.
Well, I just thought that was a really sweet little factoid that I learned this week and wanted to make it part of the show to make our lives a little lighter. You know?
I feel like I think I maybe at one point knew that, and that's why I put he didn't want kids to worry the fish was dead, because maybe I was thinking of like the blind child who wanted to know the fish was okay. I don't know. I saw the documentary, the whatever it was called. It was good. Probably learned that fact there and then forgot it and wrote this bullshit instead. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me.
A little bit about Mr. Rogers, a little bit about Allison. You know.
I remember seeing 60 Minutes followed him around when, just after he retired from doing the show. And it was amazing. Like, people stopped him every 5 seconds in the grocery store or something, and he would stop to take the time to,
Yeah, because he was on camera. when there's no cameras around, he's a fucking asshole.
It's his fault that kid went blind, actually.
Yeah, that kid asked for an autograph in a grocery store. There weren't cameras around, and he stabbed him in the eye with a pencil.
He asked for an autograph. Mr. Rogers was like, "Sure, you got any weed on you?" And
you saw the documentary. Come on, guys.
Doesn't J&O too much cause blindness?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Just feeding the fish.
Corey and I are going to keep this bit going for like another hour off. just for us right now.
Yes.
All right. Well, before we move on to the next question, I just wanted to say that nobody earned the secret bonus points for mentioning the trolley. Before we move on to the next question, if anybody had mentioned the trolley, you would have got 5 secret bonus points, and I almost did, because when you said J&O, I wanted to say the trolley was running on the J&O Railroad.
I think it counts then. Yeah, I think that's close enough.
All right, so
5 points to Mike's mom. Hi, Mrs. Connor.
Yeah, all right.
I'm glad she came on right as we were talking about J&O.
We all do it.
Oh God, and her name is Jane, which sounds like the first part of J&O. This is like Jane and O. Oh, Alison.
I did not do that part. You got there all on your own. Don't blame me for that.
Well, I'm blaming Corey. So I'm not taking the heat on this one. For what's going on in my brain.
So much J&O in there.
All right. Question number 4. We asked these theater nerds to earn 2 points for each of the following Shakespearean characters they could match to their plays. So we're going to go back to contestant number 1, Allison, to answer first on this one. Can you list these? And just bear in mind that Vegas is a human being and we should do them in a timely fashion so that he can check them all.
I'm already there.
Vegas,
I'm already there, baby.
All right, Derrick.
That's what I got. It doesn't match up too much. I'm a little worried.
Oh, it was different than what Allison said.
Very different. Totally.
I'm good. I got it all in here.
Corey?
I don't think I got it all in here. I don't think so. Can you read that?
I can read.
Nice.
That one. And,
Yeah.
All right. So
It's not good.
The correct answers were Iago, of course, is the parrot,
The bird from Aladdin.
played by Gilbert Gottfried, and also a character in Othello. Ophelia,
he's the bad guy in Othello.
from Hamlet.
Damn it.
Caliban is from The Tempest, everybody's
Yeah.
favorite Shakespeare play, and the 3 witches are from Macbeth. which means if you were paying as close attention as I was, Corey and Derrick both earned 2 points, and Allison got all of them right for 8.
No, I didn't. I said Ophelia was Macbeth and Three
What?
Witches was Hamlet.
What?
Take her points away. She wants the points taken away.
Did you change your answers to get less points after I read them?
No, I got it wrong from the
Those are
beginning, and like those
photoshopped.
were the two. I was like, I'm pretty sure I have these. I should have flipped these, but I stuck with it, and I held this up, and I am admitting that you were wrong and I was wrong.
Well.
Integrity means anything. She has to win this game. I mean, this is multiple opportunities she has sacrificed.
Oh, yes.
her own points.
Well, 4 points for Allison that time.
I mean, I started this show off by describing Vegas of someone of infinite integrity, and Alison is certainly your rival in this department. This is
I get to keep score next week. No, I don't want that responsibility. I don't.
Just your own score.
It's too much pressure. It's way too much pressure.
I made a mistake, you guys, and
Not the first time, but okay.
man, it happens to all of us.
it's been nice being a part of the show. But it's time for me to go.
No, no, no. Come on, guys, while I open a spreadsheet.
Vegas, come back.
It's Biden time.
I came back because you all asked, or Allison did.
Wow, once again, best person on the show. Part of gold in here.
Let's move on to the last question.
All right. A blind guitarist had a brother who was a firefighter. For 5 points, what was the relationship of the blind guitarist to the firefighter? And hint, brother is not the answer that we are looking for. Derrick, what'd you get for this one?
That blind guitarist just turned out to be our old friend wrapping up the show. President, His Majesty. I don't fucking get riddles, people.
Stephen Cleveland.
Stevie Clevey.
Stevie Cleveland.
Corey, did you also get that correct answer?
Was that to me?
Huh?
Was that to me? You clipped out. I think that was just making sure you talked to me. I got ready for it. Are you ready for it? I got pyrotechnics expert. Right? He's a blind guitarist, hires a firefighter so that he can just shoot off fire. Who knows where it's going?
And
but
does Kiss guitar.
firefighter brother
yeah.
takes care of it. No problem.
All right, Allison, did you also get that correct answer?
Sister. Well, the answer to who is the blind guitarist who has a brother who's a firefighter? What's the relationship of that person to the firefighter? If they're not the firefighter's brother, they are their sister. Allison is correct.
Oh my god.
That's what I was referencing when I gave this answer to the second riddle. That the joke that's like, I can't operate on this person. It's my son, and you're like, who is that? It's his mother, because you're sexist and you couldn't imagine a doctor as anyone other than a man.
So you guys are sexist.
Yeah. No, that's if you get the riddle wrong in either of these cases, I guess. It's because you don't imagine women as people. So
I don't lose any points for it.
no, in this world you gain points for not imagining women as people.
Well, according to the psychology website where I found that, it does have to do with most people associate guitarists and firefighters with males, and also blind people. For some reason, people associate blind people with males. And also, when you throw in the word brother into the question, it primes you to be thinking brother. Like, you heard that word. And so when you're trying to figure it out, you have to break away from that way of thinking.
Yeah, it wasn't internalized sexism, right?
I think it was.
No. Rest assured, that's part of it for sure. Yeah, but to be fair, I only knew where to go with that because I am familiar with the other riddle. Like if I had not heard that other riddle before, I do not think I would have gotten this right.
No,
I probably would have.
She would
said
like
pyrotechnics expert.
some
to be
points
honest.
removed from hers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it wasn't exactly. It wasn't like exactly cheating, but I had heard the other riddle before, which is similar. So, in the interest of full disclosure,
your memory is cheating.
Yes, anyone who has learned any trivia before this show is a cheater.
Believe me, Allison, I had assumed that you had heard the other riddle to get that, and just presume that you're just as much of a misogynist as these other two.
Of course,
is.
yeah.
She
Oh
is.
my God!
She is.
Please don't get this wrong.
Yeah.
If there's one thing everyone knows about me, it's that I hate women and find them inferior to men.
At least we're on the same page.
I did read your wiki.
Finally. You've read my blog, yeah.
Yeah.
You read my blog?
That's like the show you write for. That's like the #1 theme that they're hitting too.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, where the hell am I in this script, Vegas?
We're at the end of the show.
I wrote this bullshit.
See you guys.
We're just about to check out the final scores now, but before we do, I want to point out that Grover Cleveland was firmly on the side of the gold standard and tried to reduce the amount of silver coinage the government used, and that is fact number 10. Final Grover Cleveland fact of the show. So why don't we find out now who guessed closest to the number 10? And this
Was there 10 3 times though?
rules you can go over, and that's fine. Okay, we got 6 from Allison.
I was doing a little numerology here. He was the 22nd and 24th president. I thought followed the pattern. Thought there'd be 26.
26. Okay, and Corey, what did you have?
The wrong one. 4. It's a 4. You can make that a 9 if you want.
No. We're not.
Oh.
We're not changing ballots after the fact. This isn't.
America.
Yeah. That's not happening, you guys.
It's not.
Everyone calm down.
So Vegas, how are we allotting scores on that one?
Well. Before our Grover Cleveland question, Corey, through the show, you had earned 36 points. Derrick,
Cool.
you earned 48. And good, kind Allison, never cheating, accepting the
points back.
results as they lie. You got 41 points. But then, taking into account the Grover Cleveland question, where the closest person to it gets 10 points, and the second closest person gets 5 points, and the furthest person away, Derrick, gets no points, and Allison was the closest, so she gets 10 points. So Allison, even when abiding by the rules, you are still our winner tonight. Behold!
Sound
Wow.
effects.
I didn't
Yeah.
prepare any sort of speech or anything. I guess I want to thank my roommate Tim. I want to thank all of you guys for keeping the game going, for making sure it was competitive, Corey and Derrick, but ultimately not being good enough. Me now. Surprise. The game is over.
Now, so Vegas, what were our final scores here? So we had Allison at 51.
Derrick at 48 and Corey at 41.
Whew, what a
Pretty
game.
close. Pretty close.
Jeez. All decided in the last round. And Allison, you'll be joining us in 2 weeks, right, for the champion round. Where
Ooh.
other people.
I was not aware of that, but sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll have to look at my calendar, but probably no one's doing anything. It's a pandemic.
Yes, clear your schedule.
Well, I hope you can because you'll be playing against Kristen Shear and RJ.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jano.
Stiff competition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
I might not show up just because I'm too scared. Honestly, that really is stiff competition in the truest sense of the word.
Yeah.
Don't accept any
Good one.
points, Allison. Just don't accept any points.
Well, and thank
Don't let
all
them
of
do that to
you for playing with us tonight. And thank you, the audience watching at home. It sucks that we can't be in a theater in front of you because that's our favorite thing in the world. But our second favorite thing in the world, Rocky Road ice cream. But our few things down, doing shows on Zoom, broadcasted on twitch.tv/Philly N Crowd, doing a show every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Corey, California time. Next week, we'll be back with the N Crowd's regular improv show, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with the N Quisition. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
And thanks to Karen.
Like, comment, subscribe, and all that shit.
Karma Art Studio.
Yeah, you got it. Hey.
Drunk by now, drunk